What's going on, everybody? This is Andeep, and today I'm going to be talking about my Nintendo Direct predictions for this upcoming September Direct. Now, this Direct still, we don't have a release date for, which is weird. It was supposed to be last Thursday, but it was delayed due to the earthquake in Japan, so obviously, hope everyone's alright over there. But, I thought that since we still don't have a date, I thought I might as well just make a predictions video to get another video out there for the channel, to grow the channel a bit more, so let's do it. So first off, let's start with a lot of the obvious things. I feel like it's pretty obvious that Yoshi's Crafted World is going to be there. That isn't even like a confirmed title yet, but it was pretty much leaked through Nintendo's website, so it's like not confirmed, but it is pretty much confirmed. So yeah, we're probably going to see more gameplay of that. I hope it like aesthetically looks more like Woolly World, because Woolly World was one of my favorite games on the Wii U. I love a lot of the older Yoshi's Island games, and naturally I really liked Woolly World because it was kind of just an evolution of those titles, so if we can just see Crafted World just obviously just look and feel more like Woolly World aesthetically and everything, I'd be totally cool with that. But yeah, like I feel like we're gonna get another look at that, another brief trailer. That'll be cool. I'm pretty sure that'll probably just end up being like an early game for next year. Like that'll probably be like a March title or something. I'm just guessing, but something like that. Like you never know. It might come out February, March, April, just somewhere around that time range. Also, another obvious thing is Super Mario Party. That game comes out in, I think, like 3 weeks now. It comes out, I think, like October 5th or something. So it obviously makes sense for them to talk about it. I'm really excited for Super Mario Party. It's the first time. I think it's the first time I'm excited for Mario Party since, like, since Mario Party 8, which came out in, like, 2007. So that's crazy. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this game. It looks like it's a lot of fun. I like the fact that they're going back and putting everything from the previous games in here. What I'd want to see from, like content-wise in the Nintendo Direct, I would like to see the online mode outlined a little bit more. Because apparently the online mode is called like Mario-thon or something like that. You can look it up on the Mario Party wiki, or like the Super Mario wiki. It'll have like an outline of the game modes that were announced. So I think it's called like Mario-thon or something like that. So that's pretty cool. I would like to see that outlined a bit more, and also I obviously want to see more boards, because we only have 2 standard style boards announced. There's 3 total, but like only 2 of them are standard style. I want to see more standard style boards. I want there to be like at least 5 standard boards in the game, if not more. So just show me a couple more boards, and show me the online works. I think it'll be perfect. Next up, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I don't really care what they show off about these games, but we did just today get a little bit of a preview of the 4th gym, which makes sense. They're kind of going in order between the gyms. So I feel like in a direct, we might see just some gameplay of maybe like the 4th, like Celadon City. Did I get that right? Yeah, I think. I'm hoping I'm not getting the names of all the towns and cities confused. But, and just get a preview of like the battle with Erica and everything. I also think that they're going to show off the limited edition Switch bundle that was just announced today. I don't even know, like I forget where it was announced, but I feel like they'll just show off that limited edition Switch bundle, be like, hey, it's coming to Europe and the US and everything. So just talk about the game, just to hype, you know what I mean, to hype everyone up by showing off the 4th gym and also showing off the new bundle. That'll be pretty cool. Next up, Smash Bros. Ultimate. Nintendo just refuses to stop talking about this game. They delegated like 90% of their E3 press conference to Smash Bros. And the last Nintendo Direct was just Smash Bros. So like I feel like they're gonna talk about it a lot here too. I'm predicting that they're just gonna have like a character reveal and maybe like an Echo Fighter reveal, and that's it. I want them to show off what that secret mode is. Apparently, obviously, there are all the rumors about it being called like Spirit Mode and that'll end up being like a single player mode, kind of. I'm not saying exactly like Subspace Emissary, but in concept, a single player like campaign mode, like that. And I really hope that's what it ends up being, and I would love to see that in this Direct. But I feel like all they're going to talk about in this Direct is like maybe they'll talk about how online works, because I feel like they're going to talk about the online service. In this Direct, they're going to say like, hey, here are the rest of the NES games you're going to get. Here are all 20 of them. Here's how class saving works, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much all they really need to talk about the online service. I really hope that they announce more digital games, like other than the 20 NES games. I hope they announce like Super Nintendo games or Nintendo 64 games, because I would be excited for Nintendo 64 games, because imagine playing, because these games have like cooperative online play, like you can play these games online with your friends. So imagine playing like N64 games. I mean, obviously Mario 64 is a little difficult because it's a single player game primarily. You would have to like, I think there's a pass the controller mode in the online mode for these games, but for multiplayer specific games, it would be fun. Imagine playing like Mario Party 2 with your friends online. That would be really fun. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's something that I think would be really cool if they were to implement. But that's what I would like to see with the virtual console equivalent. That's like tied to this service. But I think we're really just going to get the rest of the NES games and the cloud saving. I really don't have high expectations for the online service. I feel like they know that people don't love it, but they just are doing it anyway because it's an easy way for them to make a lot of money. In addition, before I segue away from like online and Smash Bros, I want to talk about what characters I feel like will be revealed for the game. I feel like, I don't know why, I'm just feeling Skull Kid this direct. I feel like Skull Kid will get announced, and maybe one or two Echo Fighters. Like maybe we'll get like Shadow or Isabelle or someone. I don't know. There are a ton of rumors. I could make a video just covering all the different Smash Bros rumors I've seen. But I'm just feeling Skull Kid this direct. I would love for Banjo to be in the game. There are a lot of rumors because apparently Nintendo's just going all out with a lot of the characters that were requested in previous games. Banjo has always been requested, and Microsoft has actually stated multiple times that, yeah, we'd be cool with giving Nintendo the rights to Banjo for the game. And, I mean, that would be awesome. Banjo would probably be my number one person seeing the game. So that'd be cool. And the last obvious thing that I want to talk about is 3DS stuff, and there's only one that I would say is like super obvious, and that's Luigi's Mansion. The game comes out some point in October. It's basically their Halloween game, their spooky game for October. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people are forgetting about it because it is a 3DS game and just not a lot of people care about the 3DS anymore. But it is a game that exists, and it's coming out in a month or so. So yeah, they'll talk about that a little bit more. I mean, there's not really a lot to talk about with it. It's just a remake of the original Luigi's Mansion. But I mean, why not just stir up some publicity again by talking about it? Maybe there'll even be a 2DS bundle. Like, they might actually have a new 2DS XL bundle where they have maybe like a black 2DS XL or like a green one, and they say, hey, like there's this bundle with Luigi's Mansion, and then people that are hardcore Nintendo collectors are going to say, oh god damn it, I need to buy like my 20th 3DS before I retire purchasing 3DSs. But whatever. That's an random out there prediction. But you know what? If I'm going to make some random 3DS prediction, that'll be it. I feel like we're going to get a bundle, like some black or green bundle with Luigi's Mansion. I don't know why, I'm just feeling it. Could be completely wrong, but whatever. So that's all the obvious stuff. So here are some things that aren't obvious, but I think are still very likely. A more in-depth look at the Bowser's Inside Story game for 3DS. I'm putting this one as not obvious because this game isn't coming out till next year. Like, they specifically said 2019 when it was revealed. And I feel like this game was just kind of revealed earlier on just to say, hey, we're still supporting the 3DS, and there might not be as much to talk about with it because it is just another Mario and Luigi remake. We've seen them before, so this isn't anything crazy, but yeah, like, I think it's still likely we'll see it, though. Also, before I'm done talking about the 3DS, there are two things I want to talk about. First off, Persona Q2 is, I don't know when the release date is that for, like, I don't know when the release date for that is in Japan, but I don't know if it's been announced to be localized in for US or Europe yet, but I feel like we'll see it. I feel like that'll be one of the surprise announcements at this at this Direct for the 3DS. And then I feel like there'll be one more 3DS surprise, either from a first party or third party. I don't know, but I feel like there'll be one more 3DS thing, and it'll just surprise people, and everyone will be like, oh, like apparently, like, I don't know, like just some random announcement. But something that's either using pre-existing assets from a previous game, or just a third party game. So let's move away from the 3DS and talk about the Switch, because it's more exciting. I feel like those new Super Mario Bros. Rumors are completely true. I feel like we're going to be seeing a new Super Mario Bros. Game this holiday season. The reason why I think that, because here's the thing. Smash Bros. And Mario Party and Pokemon, like, yeah, that's a pretty big holiday season, but at the same time, those are all primarily multiplayer games. Like, even the Pokemon Let's Go games, I know you would be saying, like, well, that's single player, but they're really marketing that, that 2D co-op mode. It's more of like a couch co-op family-friendly game rather than like a hardcore single-player Pokemon experience. Like, if you're a huge single-player gamer, there's really not a lot to look forward to, at least in terms of Nintendo, for the rest of the year. Like, Pokemon is like the biggest thing in that regard, and even, like, I would even argue that that's not, I guess, the most, I don't know, it just feels like it's being geared more toward like friendly fun rather than like a core single player experience. That being said, I feel like New Super Mario Bros. Will fit that bill perfectly because it gives you that single player experience you want. At the same time, it's not a huge development cost for them. It'll be just like a port or like a collection of all the older New Super Mario Bros. Games. It could easily just be a port of New Super Mario Bros. U with the Luigi DLC. Or it could be like New Super Mario Bros. Deluxe or New Super Mario Bros. Collection, and it could just bring together a whole bunch of levels from a whole bunch of the older games. I don't know. I think there's a ton of avenues they could take with it, but I feel like we're going to get some form of like New Super Mario Bros. This holiday season. And it's going to be either like a port or a collection title. That's just my guess. It'll be like New Super Mario Bros. 3 or New Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. I don't know, but it'll be something like that. And I don't know. Like I said, that's my random guess for this Direct for the Switch. I mean, there are a ton of rumors about it, so it's not like it's an outlandish prediction. It's a pretty safe prediction in my opinion, but whatever. I'm just going with it. I think it'll happen. Next up is Fire Emblem Three Houses. Initially, I did not think that this would be this Direct. If you were to ask me like a day or two ago, I would have said for some reason I think they're gonna just skip talking about this game. But now I'm thinking about it. If they're talking about Yoshi, I feel like they're gonna talk about Fire Emblem 2. I feel like they're gonna want to announce like a lot of the big games that are coming to the Switch within the first like quarter of next year. And I feel like Fire Emblem could easily be a March or April title. It'll probably be April. Like if I were to just randomly guess, I feel like Yoshi will end up being... I feel like they're going to have some Wii U port in February, they're going to have Yoshi in March, and then Fire Emblem in April. That's just like a random guess, but yeah, there it is. But I feel like they're going to talk about it a little bit more. They're not going to go too in-depth in it, but just show off a little bit more of it and say, hey, this game's coming out like April of next year. And yeah, that'll be pretty cool. Next up, Bayonetta 3. I think it's time we see more of it. I don't even like really care for the Bayonetta franchise, to be honest. I played a little bit of... I didn't own either of them, but I played a little bit of 2 and I didn't really like it. I'm just not a huge fan of just like beat-em-up games. I will admit a lot of the style and just aesthetics of the game are really cool, but I don't know, the game just didn't really resonate with me too well, so I didn't end up purchasing it. But I know a lot of people really loved Bayonetta 1 and 2, and they're really excited for Bayonetta 3, so I don't know, I just feel like it's time we heard more about it. The game was announced almost a year ago. It was announced at what, like the Game Awards last year, back in like December. So I feel like, you know what? Now is time. I feel like now is a good time to show off more Bayonetta 3, say it'll come out some point next year. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. And as I said, I feel like we'll get a Wii U port for early next year. I don't know which game it'll be, but I feel like some likely candidates would be Pikmin 3, Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I feel like those are two really good candidates right there. I would be fine with either of them. I'd purchase either of them. I skipped both of them on the Wii U. I really want to get into Pikmin. So yeah, I would love a Pikmin 3 port. If they announced either Pikmin 3 or Tokyo Mirage Sessions as Switch ports, I'd be totally cool with that. Or we could get like one of the Zelda remakes brought over. We get like Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, or they could even remake Skyward Sword. I feel like if they did do that, they wouldn't release it so early in the year, though. I feel like that'd be like a summer, like a holiday season thing. So I'm gonna put my money... Well, actually, Twilight Princess was remade. That re-release came out, what, like March or April or something like that? So I guess it's not too unlikely. But I don't know. I'm feeling like some Wii U port will be announced for February of next year, just as kind of the early, like, not high budget game for the beginning of the year. That, then Yoshi, then Fire Emblem, I feel like would be a good gradual increase in like just excited, like games with huge excitement around them. Basically, I feel like that'd be a good gradual increase, and then we hit the summer and hopefully get some awesome stuff then. But yeah, and then last up for the, I guess, things that are likely in my opinion are third-party titles, which I think we're going to get a more extended look into some third-party games like The World Ends With You, Dragon Ball FighterZ, and honestly even Undertale, because that wasn't at the indie showcase, and that game's supposed to be coming out really soon. So I feel like just going over Undertale and saying, hey, here's another look at Undertale, here's this physical edition, blah blah blah. I feel like they'll just talk a little bit more about that. Not for a while, but they'll mention it. They'll mention it and try to hype people up for it. And then I feel like there'll be one big third-party reveal. If I were to randomly guess, and this is very out there, but I'm going to say Overwatch. I'm just guessing it. I don't know. Like, it could be anything. It probably won't be Overwatch, but like, I'm just saying, I feel like some big third-party game, whether it be like GTA 5, Overwatch, I don't know, like Borderlands or something, like just some game of big impact that'll actually get people to say, oh my god, that game's on the Switch, that's really cool. But now I want to hear more about that. I want to hear some big third-party reveal. Also, we might hear more about Warframe. I would love to hear more about that port. Apparently Panic Button's working on that, so that's really cool. But I'm not gonna say we're gonna hear about it, but I would like to. But let's move on to the most entertaining part of my predictions, my hopes and dreams. These are the things that are probably really unlikely. They're either completely unlikely, or they're things that are just kind of like, it could happen, but it probably won't. But yeah, these are the fun games to talk about. So first off, Metroid Prime 4. I don't know why, I just don't think we're gonna hear about it, but I really want to. I feel like this is a game that they're gonna wait to talk about until like some point early next year, and then drop like a huge reveal for it then. But man, like they haven't talked about it in over a year since the announcement, and I just for some reason I don't see them talking about it. Like, I would love to be wrong. I hope we do get more about it, but I don't see it. Also, Metroid Prime Trilogy. I want that to come to the Switch so badly. I feel like that'd be a perfect game to put out this holiday season. I'm putting it in the not likely category because I feel like they're just gonna release New Super Mario Bros. U, like a port or a collection of a New Super Mario Bros. Game, and just leave it at that, and just have that along with the current holiday lineup. And I feel like that's all that's gonna happen. But I would love a Metroid Prime Trilogy to come out. Star Fox Grand Prix, like that game was rumored to come out to be announced during E3. I still feel like that game might exist. I'm not saying like it 100% exists, but I'm just saying I think it's still pretty likely. I would really like to see it. So fingers crossed we end up getting that. That'd be really cool. But in no way is that game like confirmed to be real. But it'd be pretty cool to see this direct. I think that game, once again, I wouldn't say it's directly. It's not directly like a likely game to be shown off, but I wouldn't roll it out either. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw it, but at the same time, I'm not expecting it. The big one that I want to see is Animal Crossing be announced for the Switch. If there's one random like rumor that I'm going to put out there and say like, hey, I think this game's going to be announced, it would be Animal Crossing, and that's more just because I really love Animal Crossing so much, and I think it's been forever since we got a game. But the people that worked on Animal Crossing, like there are a lot of people that worked on Animal Crossing that haven't worked on anything in a while now, and I feel like they have to show some game for the series. And a lot of the developers that were working on Animal Crossing made Splatoon and Splatoon 2, and Splatoon 2 has been out for over a year. I mean, we've gotten DLC for it, but still, like, I just feel like it's time that game gets announced, and I feel like that'll be a game that'll release like late spring or early summer of next year. Like, that'll be a perfect May or June game for next year, because the holiday season is going to be dominated by Metroid Prime 4 and Pokemon probably, and maybe even like a big new Mario or Zelda game or something. So I feel like releasing Animal Crossing this summer would be perfect. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed for that. Like I said, I'm not really expecting it, but if there's one game, like one big announcement that ends up being shown off, I feel like it would be Animal Crossing. So next is Pikmin 4. Hopefully we end up getting Pikmin 4 announced. I really hope we get a Pikmin 3 port, because I've been meaning to get into Pikmin for a while. I was just talking about this earlier, but I just haven't. I would really love to play the first two games, but I don't own them. I want to pick them up eventually. I don't know. Point is, I want to get into Pikmin. I hope Pikmin 3 gets ported, and I hope Pikmin 4 gets announced. Last two, so the second and last one is Mario Golf. I know this one's, once again, kind of out there, but Camelot usually makes Mario Golf games and Mario Tennis games back to back. So like if we see a golf or tennis game, usually the following year we get the other. The only times that really didn't happen was for the Wii U, because Mario Tennis was just kind of, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash came out at the end of the Wii U's lifespan. It was just kind of a rush job to get another game out for the holiday season. And then for the 3DS, Mario Golf came out 2 years after Tennis Open, but the game Mario Golf was announced and supposed to come out in 2013. It just didn't, because Nintendo had like a stacked lineup for 2013 already, and they literally told Camelot like, hey, put this, like, just keep this game in development because it's not going to sell well with like Mario and Luigi Dream Team and like Animal Crossing and all these other crazy games coming out within the same time frame. So they just said like add like a single player like Castle Club mode, and we'll release it next year. So I feel like next year, like there's a really good shot that we'll get Mario Golf. I personally love the Mario Golf franchise. It's like low key one of my favorite Nintendo franchises. So I am totally excited. The fact that, well, not fact, but like just knowing that it's very likely that we'll get a Mario Golf within the next year or two just excites me. So hopefully that ends up getting announced. I don't see it getting announced till some point early next year though, but it's like I said, this is my hopes and dreams section. I'm just going to mention it anyway. And last but not least, certainly not least, is Paper Mario, either a remake of the first or second title, so either a remake of the N64 or the Thousand Year Door, or a new game that plays just like the original two titles. I didn't hate Super Paper Mario, but I thought it was kind of just like good for one playthrough type game. Like it was good for what it was, but I didn't love it. Then Sticker Star was just a slap in the face, and Color Splash, while objectively better than Sticker Star, still was a slap in the face to fans of the series. I still thought it was more just like a pretty fun game. I didn't actually play through Color Splash. I don't own it, but I did buy Sticker Star, and that game really disappointed me. But point is, I want to see Paper Mario go back to its original style. And you know what? Nintendo has been doing a really good job of showing us that they're listening to their fans. They changed Zelda up. They made the biggest open... Like, people really wanted an open world Zelda game. They finally made one. People really wanted Mario to go back to the sandbox style game modes. Or gameplay. They kept saying, please bring back like Sunshine or 64 style gameplay, and they did. I mean, maybe not exactly how everyone envisioned it, but they did, and it's awesome. They finally brought a home console Pokemon game to the table, or to the Switch. That's awesome. People have been wanting a home console Pokemon game for a long time, and we're finally getting one. What else? I mean, a lot of other stuff. They announced Metroid Prime 4 and Smash Bros. Do you know how much fan service there is there? Like, they're announcing so many characters that people would have never assumed to be in the game. Like King K. Rool, Ridley, and there are all these rumors about, what is it, like Geno and Skull Kid coming in the game. It's crazy. Like, they're obviously listening to fans, and there is no way that they don't know that we want a brand new Paper Mario game in the form of the original two games. Like, they can't, like, they have to know. They have to. Look at the backlash in so many of the YouTube videos for Color Splash. It's insane. They have to know that we want, like, a Paper Mario game in the older style. And I feel like that would be one of the best reveals to show that, hey, you know what? We're listening. Also, they're bringing back the original style Mario Party. They're obviously listening to what all the fans want. And that's awesome. And that's why, for the first time since probably the announcement of Sticker Star, like before we even knew that the game was going to end up taking like a bad turn, like when the game was just initially announced, when the 3DS was revealed, everyone thought that was going to be like an original style Paper Mario game. And that was back in, 2010 or 11? So for the first time in like 7 or 8 years, like the first time in like 7 years, I actually feel like the next Paper Mario might go back to the original, like to the series roots. And that excites me. I'm very happy, but I can't confirm it, obviously. I don't even think it would be announced in this direct, but I feel like that would be like the perfect way for Nintendo to say, you know what, this is now concrete fact that we're listening to everything that you guys want. Oh man, I really want a Paper Mario in the original style. But those are my predictions. I mean, obviously, like the hopes and dreams section, I don't predict any of that's going to happen. I hope that stuff happens. I think at the most we'll see maybe like 1 or 2 of my hopes and dreams come true. But yeah, let me know in the comment section what you guys think we'll see in the Nintendo Direct, and also what you guys want in the Nintendo Direct. Do you guys really want Animal Crossing and the return to Paper Mario just like me? Do you guys really want to see more Metroid Prime 4? Like, just let me know in the comment section below. Obviously, we want to keep our expectations in check. We don't want to get too hyped. That's why I put most of the crazy stuff in the hopes and dreams section. But yeah, we'll see how much I get right. I mean, I don't really care how much I get right or wrong, but we'll see. Hopefully the Direct is announced soon. The Direct will probably be announced like by the time this is uploaded, so I'll probably try to pin a comment or something like that once the Direct actually gets an announced release date. But yeah, if you like the video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Like I said earlier, this is a new channel, so subscribing would be that'd be awesome. So if you like the content, then totally subscribe. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.